Hello, Convergent Nation. Mike Mathis here with an update on our strategic initiatives. We have a number of key strategic initiatives that focus on supporting our CTCs in organically growing their business. There's our global accounts, our advanced solutions, fire and life safety, and then we have 4 vertical market focused initiatives. Today, I'd like to focus in on those vertical markets and hear from each of those initiative leaders. Now, our overall vertical market focus is particularly important for our continued growth. Customers within a market face similar challenges, regulations, and purchasing behaviors. Our ability to better understand the specifics of these customers has led to significant growth and high customer satisfaction. As our reputation in these markets grow, so does our business. The converse can also be true, meaning we need to continually strive to be our customers' best service provider so as not to damage our reputation. Now, I'd like to bring in our vertical market leaders and discuss a little bit further. First up, Kevin Sheridan leads our financial strategic initiative focusing on banks and credit unions. Kevin, can you speak to how our focus and operational excellence has driven additional business and created opportunities?
Thanks, Mike. The financial vertical team is now 26 colleagues strong, dedicated to exactly what you just described, driving operational excellence. Operational excellence in the financial vertical is critically important to continued growth because all the financial institutions that we work with are connected. They know each other, they're in the same industry groups, and they share their experiences. So our ability to perform is absolutely critical to driving our growth. And fortunately, we are growing by leaps and bounds because we focus on 3 key things. First is the financial vertical team has tacit knowledge of our existing customers. That tacit knowledge allows us to navigate their bureaucracy more effectively. From proposal to purchase order to accounts receivable to service call processing, we know how their systems work and make it very easy for them to work with us. Second, and probably most importantly, the financial vertical team is dedicated to supporting the CTCs. Our objective is to make it very easy for the field colleagues, the specialists, the project specialists, the local project managers to focus on the most important aspect of our relationship with those customers, being their best service provider. And third, we have to measure and report both internally and externally how we're doing. In our most recent QBR with Wells Fargo, our KPI rating on the CSAR project was 98%, and it's very satisfying to share those kind of results with other customers, and it has a material impact, which allows us to capture new accounts and additional business with our existing accounts.
Thanks, Kevin. The team has clearly hit its stride. Now, leading our state, local, and education initiative, or SLED as it's often referred to, is Vince Piao. Vince, we hear a lot of concern these days around funding in the SLED space. What has your team done to focus on where the money is, and what are the results that you're seeing and results that you're expecting going forward?
Thanks, Mike. First, I want to acknowledge that COVID-19 has impacted every colleague personally and professionally in profound ways. And I want to thank our frontline colleagues serving our cities, counties, and schools every single day, providing essential services to our communities in a time when it's needed most. I'm inspired by the resilience of the team, and I'm excited to share that the focused effort has led to outsized growth to the tune of doubling our SLED business year over year. We're well ahead of our plan for 2020 and 2 years ahead of our 5-year strategic growth plan. Truly incredible results in extraordinary circumstances. Now, Mike, to your question, I understand the concerns that our SLED customers have around budgets, but we also know that significant funding is being allocated on historic levels. And we have the opportunity to adapt and turn this crisis into our opportunity. Our SLED team knows exactly where the money is going and how it's being procured. So we're working closely with the CTCs to provide tailored guidance and proactive support to really help our state and local customers navigate the complexities of these uncertain times. I'm truly grateful for our SLED team, their agility, the grit, and the energy around supporting our CTCs, supporting our customers, and getting better every single day. This gives me confidence in an even better future. So much has changed in our world, but one thing that hasn't changed is our commitment to being our customers' best service provider. If we simply focus on that mission, I'm confident the results will follow as they always have. Thanks, Mike, for the time to share with the nation and for Convergint Nation making a daily difference.
Thanks, Vince. Those are some amazing results, and kudos to the whole team. Now, the US federal government is the largest purchaser of goods and services, and they buy in a very unique way. While we have significant business, there is huge potential. Today, we have Gary Harmon, who leads our efforts in the federal space. Gary, can you give us some insight to the program concept and the potential within some of the key program contracts that we have?
Sure, Mike. This is going to be great. Just want to say, hello, Convergent Nation. But it's really quite simple. Convergent Federal has been awarded many national and global contract vehicles by numerous agencies within the federal government. Some of the vehicles are IDIQs, which stand for indefinite delivery, indefinite quantity, and some are BPAs, or blanket purchase agreements. Furthermore, some are single awards and some are multi-awards. The single awards, allow us to be the only competitor and the sole awardee to respond to the task orders for pre-competing pricing. Additionally, the multiple awards, though, we do have to compete for task orders amongst other awardees. However, it limits the competition. And the limited competition, it makes the purchasing of our products and services, from the federal government streamlined. Two of our most recent wins and awards are the Army Corps of Engineer UMCS, which is Utility Monitoring and Control Systems, with a ceiling of about $2.1 billion that we get to compete for. Another one is the U.S. Marshal Services for National Security Support, with a potential of $250 million to compete for. Some of the other multiple award contract vehicles that we already have are the Corps of Engineer ESS-6, which is Electronic Security Systems. It has a ceiling of about $450 million. NAVWAR C4ISR with a ceiling of about $1 billion that we compete for. And of course, GSA, which we're very successful with and have one of the most robust GSA schedules. And it's one of the largest contract vehicles of the federal government and nearly endless possibilities. So having these vehicles can work in multiple ways. And here's one example. So say you've got a federal agency with a program manager, and they're in need of a solution. They've budgeted, they've got the money, but they just need an avenue in order to allocate that funding. So the program manager can easily get with a contracting officer of one of our program vehicles. In doing so, now we and/or any of our partners can provide the solution in which they need. We can get paid for that products and/or services through contract vehicles that we have. And of course, there's regulations and guidelines in which we need to adhere to. However, in the end, everyone gets what they want and/or need, and the entire process is streamlined. And that's really what we want, streamlined, because at the end, isn't that being the Convergent way, being our customer's best service provider, correct?
Wow. The opportunity just seems limitless, and the team seems so well positioned to capitalize on it as well, Gary. Thank you for that update. Now, our newest initiative is data centers. Our CTCs had already been having success before we decided to put additional focus on the market. Grace Lee leads the initiative. Grace, can you give some insight into what the future investment looks like in this market?
Thanks, Mike. Happy to. Data center is a very speedy market, also a very challenging environment to operate in. It requires the highest level of optimization and consistency in our performance to meet our customer expectations. The COVID-19 pandemic is negatively affecting global economy growth beyond what most of us have experienced. Many other industries and enterprises struggle to adopt the new norm. As far as the data center market goes, although the COVID-19 has caused some logistic challenging and a delay in construction, we see robust numbers demonstrating the underlying strengths of the service that are driving the continuous investment in this market. On a global scale, the second quarter spend on cloud infrastructure service passed the $30 billion milestone, and the increase of $7.5 billion from last second quarter of 2019. By the end of second quarter, the industry has a visibility of a future 176 data centers that are at the very stage of planning and building, which is good news for the data center equipment and the service providers like Convergint. Our customers have also been requesting us to invest more resource to keep up with their rapidly growing needs in the both enterprise and the public cloud sectors and on a global scale. As Mike mentioned earlier, at Convergint, our mission is to be our customer's best service provider. My team will focus on expanding our effort in the business development with eco partners, improving our efficiency in our sales operation, and our effectiveness in our large account management. But most importantly, building our project and service delivery model up to the next level to be more achievable, scalable, and repeatable. Our goal is to provide the best customer experience to our customers, also support the Convergint Nation and our field organization across the Americas, APAC, and the EMA regions to scale up and speed up in this vertical. We feel very confident that we will be able to double our business in a couple of years and execute our growth strategy toward Convergint's Vision 2022. We would welcome and appreciate all the continued support from our customers, partners, and the colleagues. Together, we can drive some significant success, also make a meaningful impact on our business.
Thanks, Grace. We're all looking forward to significant growth. You know, our vertical market focus is key to driving CTC growth. In challenging times like we're facing, our deep understanding of the markets allow us to pivot our resources and focus on where the money is. This keeps Convergint growing and healthy. In closing, I want to thank all of our global colleagues. I'm sure each and every one of you touch a customer within one of these initiatives every day. Your dedication and commitment to excellence is what sets us apart from the competition and allows us to continue to grow. Thank you, and have a safe and healthy weekend.